connection with you to find a story about what you guys are doing. So I always do research. I'm always looking for stuff to do.
You can go ahead and put your books away. We'll get back to that in just a little bit. I wanted to go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Erica Henn, and I am the Director of Elementary Programs for Junior Achievement of the Palm Beaches and Treasure Coast. And I feel so lucky because a lot of people on a Monday morning have to go into an office and do all kinds of work, and guess what I get to do? I get to come hang out with you. So thank you for allowing me to come out to New Horizons. I know that the boys and girls at this school work so hard. So thank you for taking some time. I also feel very lucky because I have a friend with me today. This is Miss Daisy Cedeno. Say good morning.
Good morning.
And hopefully you're starting to think about what you want to be when you get older. Raise your hand if you know what you want to be. Okay, so we're starting to think. Great, put your hands down. You don't have to know right now, but you should probably start thinking about things that you're good at, what you enjoy doing, what makes your heart happy and your brain happy, so that you could think about some different careers. So my job is to help you know different careers that are out there, and that's the purpose of today. You're going to find out all about Miss Cedeno and the work that she does. And as she speaks about her work, I want you to think about some questions. Maybe you want to do something along the lines that she does in the area of journalism and publication. So we're going to get started with a quick video and a background about what she does. So we'll go ahead and take our attention over here.
Es una prioridad. En esta nueva plataforma compartiremos información crucial para mantener informados a nuestros estudiantes y sus familias. Además, crearemos videos que resaltan sus intereses, retos y necesidades. Este contenido se realiza en alianza con las redes sociales, el programa de televisión semanal y el boletín informativo. Todo esto con el objetivo de mantener esta constante comunicación con nuestros estudiantes y las familias hispanas del distrito.
All right, now we'll turn it over to our panel. We'll go ahead and get started.
Welcome to Junior Achievement Hispanic Heritage Career Speaker Event. My name is Clarissa and I'm one of the hosts for today.
My name is Kayla. Today I'm a student at MFF from New Horizons Elementary.
My name is Ariel. We want to welcome our speaker, Daisy Cedeno. Let's get started.
What was your dream job as a child?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me today. I'm so excited. And when I was a little girl, around maybe 8 years old, I wanted to be on TV. I didn't even know. I just saw people on TV, on the radio, and I wanted to be one of them. For me, it was just like a game. It was like, oh, I want to play that game. So I started recording myself with, a recorder that you have, a regular one that you can have at home. And I started interviewing my father, my mom, and I didn't even know that I was going to be doing this. So I used to play that I was going to be a journalist. I was going to be in radio, doing a morning show. Have you seen the morning shows on TV? And yes, with the news and also radio, just doing interviews and doing the weather and the traffic. I used to play that I was one of those people. And then I realized, oh, that's a job. People actually do it as a career.
Háblanos sobre tu trabajo.
Bueno, mi trabajo, she's asking me if about my job, what I do every day, right? Todos los días. What I do is I try to put together videos and stories about you guys, everything related to the school district, stories about your own journey, what the classes that you like, if we have honor students, or if we have a new media center like the one we have in New Horizons right here. So we put together stories and then I show it on the show that we have every week on Thursday en español.
What is the biggest challenge with your work?
The biggest challenge is to try to find stories that are impactful, that is going to connect with the students, with the teachers, that they feel like, okay, I really connected with that story. I see myself in there. So that's a challenge, and it's at the same time an opportunity to be impactful, to just create a connection with you, to find a story about what you guys are doing. So I always do research. I'm always looking for stuff to do within the school district and everywhere. Just what's going on with our community, especially because I do the show in Spanish. So what's going on with our community in Palm Beach County and in the school district.
What is most rewarding about your work?
The most rewarding, when I interact with you, when I'm able to connect and just to see that my job is not just a regular job, you just go and you just get paid. No, I'm creating a legacy, I'm being impactful, and maybe I'm inspiring somebody with what I do. So I'm very careful with what I say, the stories that I put together, because I know I can be an inspiration, but it can also go other ways. So I have to be very careful. It's very rewarding to see when somebody maybe tells me, oh, I saw the story and now I want to do this, just because of that story. It's really rewarding for me.
Cuéntanos sobre alguna persona que te influyó.
Somebody that influences me now or when I was a little girl? Cuando estaba pequeña o ahora? Okay, she wants to know somebody that influences me. I would say my mom, hard worker. She's all about education. She was very into study. She was one of those people that will put a personal library right in the middle of the house. And that for us, that was we have a place that we can go and we have a personal library. And from there, I start playing. So I think my inspiration is my mom. And of course, when you go into the career, you find journalists and people that are doing what you want to do. So I don't know if anybody here knows about Univision and Telemundo. Yes, okay. So there's Maria Celeste Arraraz. She's a very big journalist in Univision, and then she went to Telemundo. So she was my hero. She's from Puerto Rico, and I always looked up to her. And I was able to interview her one day. That was oh my goodness. So yeah, my mom, and then people from journalism.
Can you share a specific cultural tradition or practice that holds special meaning for you and your family?
There's two traditions that and they're very close to each other. When I came to the United States and I learned about Thanksgiving, that's not something that we do in Latin America. So that was a huge, I don't know if you done it in Latin America. Have you done this? Or it's only here and maybe other parts of the world. But Thanksgiving is very special. It's a moment that we sit together, and it's a moment of reflection and also to think about the things that we are thankful and grateful for. And then Christmas, because everybody comes. And we do it a Latino way. We do, the lechon, the pork, compared to other, traditions. But we kind of put a couple things from our tradition in Christmas.
How do you incorporate your Hispanic heritage into your everyday life and work?
Just by speaking my own, Spanish. I think that will be number one because the show that I do is in Spanish. Every now and then I do stuff in English, but I would say 90 to 85% is all Spanish. So just to bring that to the table every single day, to be able to navigate between two languages is like a muscle that we have in our brains that we just go back and forth. And it's a privilege to be able to show my Latinx and my traditions in English and also in Spanish to the maybe other people.
¿Hay alguna figura hispana que te inspira?
From United States, de los Estados Unidos, alguna figura hispana que me inspira. I would say, I think people that are part of government, they're part of the leadership. I would say that those people that I see working in government, that's somebody that I really find inspiration. So, and also the people that work in corporations, I think everywhere I find people that reflect my priorities, and there are Latinos everywhere.
What does Hispanic heritage mean to you?
Hispanic heritage means to me an opportunity to showcase my traditions, to showcase who we are, and to learn from other traditions, from other people.
What words of wisdom do you have for future generations?
The wisdom for future generations, that's a very deep question because it's very personal too. I will say that you might find moments in your life that you don't know what you're going to be doing, but don't see it as a situation that is going to stop you. Just learn from it. And one of the things that I learned in my own journey is that you have to reinvent yourself. You just have to keep on learning and growing. I was able to stay in communications for 25 years. It's because I keep on learning. I keep on reinventing myself. And just learning not only for the people in my industry, but from everywhere. So you have to see challenge as an opportunity to, okay, what am I learning from this? And reinvent yourself and just keep on growing. A very good question.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
They've really been practicing hard. So before we take questions from the audience, I would like to dig just a little bit deeper.
Yes.
So what did you go to school for? What was your major? And where did you go to school?
I went to school to Palm Beach Atlantic University, and I went also to Connecticut School of Broadcasting. So it was a combination of both. I have a bachelor's also in business and a master's in leadership. It was a way for me to navigate between two worlds with communications and also business. So it's a great way just to keep on learning at the same time.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like a lot of hard work. And I love how you said, you know what, if I want to get into journalism, I should really understand the business side of it as well. Because pretty much in any industry, any career field, that's business, right? So very important. What does your day-to-day look like?
So in the morning, what I usually is try to find stories and things that I can put together for the TV show.
So a little bit of research there, huh?
Yeah, we do research, we look for information. We also have meetings with the production team to see, okay, what you think about this. Voiceovers, if we're gonna do voiceovers, that means that we're gonna be recording over the videos and what is gonna be for the show that week. So in the morning, what we try to do is just to put together, okay, what is the agenda for the day? And then from there, I go into editing. It's an editing room that I grab videos that we can put in social media and we can also use for the show. Sometimes we already have the video done, so we just have to cut it in pieces and just do teasers on social media. And from there, I can maybe go to a school like today and we do a story about one of you or something that is happening in that school. An event like the media center we had here, or if we have a new principal or a new assistant principal, we go to that school and sometimes we interview the principal or anybody from leadership. We also go to the board meetings and all the events that they have at the main area, which is in Forest Hill, and we interview leadership. So, and then by the end of the day, we check, okay, what's going on in social media to see who's talking about what, and we can retweet, we tweak it for us. It's usually for the school district, and that's pretty much, it's a busy day.
It sounds like no 2 days are the same. You're just constantly checking out different stories. It also sounds to me like you know what's going on in the district maybe before a lot of other people.
Yes. Yeah, we do a lot of research about also what we want to showcase, what we want to show, and sometimes we hold them on the story, or maybe we can use that for Friday because it's like something that maybe the kids can use for the weekend.
The planning out of your stories.
So, yes. So,
yeah. So I have a couple of kids at home too, and I want them to understand, and our kids out here, about social media. I think sometimes we get busy watching, YouTube shorts or whatnot. How do you use social media in your everyday work?
I use it pretty much to share information that is impactful for our district and for our students. Like, for example, if we have Reading Week, National Reading Week, we start putting stuff related to that. So when the parents, they see it, oh, hey, we have to celebrate this week, let's grab a book. Or it could be anything as simple as riding to school in your bike. Something simple like that.
Bike and walk to school day just occurred last week, right?
Exactly. So we promote that, and people are like, "Oh, we can do that together." Or when your dad drop the child at school, we have that too.
That's coming up soon.
Yes. No, that just happened.
Just
happened. So we just promote that, so the parents get involved, and they said, "Oh, today's a special day. Maybe we can celebrate it together." And it's pretty much to impact the students and to get the parents more involved, more like what's going on in the school, and get them excited about the things that are happening at school. And not only for elementary, it could be all the way to high school. Like, oh, we have dual enrollment. Oh, we have advanced placement classes. We have things that your high school student could be doing. So it goes from kindergarten all the way to high school.
That's pretty awesome that you get to celebrate everything that happens within our district,
Yes.
because Palm Beach County, it's a place to be for sure.
Yes.
Do we have some other questions? And I know I saw some boys and girls writing some questions. My friend, do you want to go ahead and stand up nice and loud?
I'm so proud of you guys. You're doing a great job, and I'm like really impressed with all these questions. I'm like, whoa.
Do you also plan like taking that leadership stuff away? Do you also like plan like? Do you tell other people that this upcoming event for the district is happening?
Yes, definitely. If I find something that is going on, like today I said, oh, we have this event coming up, and I told Jesus Cruz from the communications department, and he's here with us today. We work together. So I tell them what's going on. Also, yes, thank you for that question, because sometimes it's so many things going on in the district that it could be, oh, I didn't know that was happening. So perfect.
This makes me think that you're saying teamwork is important.
Yes, it is.
Collaboration? Absolutely. Yes. And you collaborate every day within your classrooms, and this is a skill that you're going to need as you go on into the workforce as well.
Yeah, that's the word for the century, collaboration. That's the word.
Collaboration. Learn how to work with others. It's very important. So what are some of the top skills that you need for your job? What would you say are like the top 3 skills that are necessary to perform your job?
The top. Resiliency.
Maybe we can just explain a little bit what that means.
Well, this is a job that you have passion, but at the same time, you have to keep moving forward.
Like never give up.
Never give up. It's a job that, it's like, it's also a learning experience every day, because we learn from interviews, we learn from people, we learn, okay, this is what is impactful right now for this community. And you learn at the same time, and you implement at the same time. So you have to keep on, and it's never boring. So I will say that is very important. Just keep on going. It's not a routine job. It's a very
that growth mindset, right? We can always learn more. We can always do a little bit better. Nobody's perfect.
Exactly.
Keep learning and growing.
And then the next skill will be to be very easy to change, flexible. Because today I'm here with you guys doing a speaking engagement, but tomorrow I can be on the camera, like our social media over here from Junior Achievement. I do that too, so I can be in the camera, I can be doing social, I can be doing an interview, and then I go to the editing room, and I don't say no to any job. There's people that might say, no, I only do camera work. If you want to stay, just keep on growing, you have to be flexible. No, learn about this, because you never know when we're going to be able to use it. So I learned editing, I learned to be filming, social, and everywhere. So I think flexibility, and I would say passion is the next one. Passion, and combine it with keeping on learning.
Yes.
Learning, because I will say that this business, I think any business now, is not a status quo. It doesn't stay. You just keep on learning.
And how boring if you just stay the same anyhow, right? Things are always changing, so you have to keep learning how to get better and do your job better.
Yes, exactly.
Especially with technology. I'm sure you've had to learn quite a bit through the years.
Exactly. So any job that you're going to be doing, don't stay only with what you know. It's good to have the basics, but always try to keep on learning. Oh, what is out there? What is changing? There's a book that I recommend to everybody. It's called Who Moved My Cheese? I don't know if you heard about that book. It's so good. And I don't know, have you ever heard about that book? Who Moved My Cheese? You have to read it. It's really good. It's about change. It's about how to face change, and how to not see it as a problem, as an opportunity to keep on growing.
This also just brings me back to a growth mindset. Maybe you don't know how to do something yet, right?
Yes, exactly.
There's always an opportunity to be able to learn a new skill.
Yes.
Absolutely. And then your language, being bilingual. Can you speak a little bit about that?
That's very important in my field. I think especially because my priority always been Hispanic community because that's my number one because of my language, my background, but to be able to also navigate also in English. It has connected me with corporate, sales, other people. So it's really important to embrace both languages. You're going to expand your horizons. You're going to be able, don't stay, I mean, it's great to find your niche, find your place with your community, the people that you connect with. But don't stay there only. You can expand your horizons by learning other languages. If you are able to learn a third language, it will be great. So I think being bilingual has opened other worlds for me. And if I would have stayed, like for many years, I only stayed with the Latino market, only speaking Spanish, I wouldn't have grown. And when I just went to school, finished my master's, finished my bachelor's, I said, no, I'm gonna just keep on growing and maybe interacting with other communities, and that's how I made more money as well. There's an opportunity also to grow financially if you connect with other communities. So I think being bilingual is a treasure, it's my superpower.
I agree with you 100%, and I know the critical thinking that is required in order to be able to translate languages. And our boys and girls in the dual language program, I give them all the credit in the world for working hard to learn the content through both languages. So I do want to reach out to the audience once again and see if we have any questions. I think we have one right back over here, nice and loud.
Why do you like doing this? What made you start vlogging?
I was very lucky when I was 8, to see this like a game. So I don't see it as a job. I know I go to work and get paid and all that. But for me, I'm in the playground. I am playing all the time. It's fascinating for me. So when you are able to find that when you're 8, not a lot of people are able to do that. So I will say that it was something in me that just found it as a way to express myself. The little Daisy in me still alive, and I feel like that's it. I just connected with being playful, being curious, and I love it because of that.
Excellent. Do we have another question, Miss Ashley?
We have a bunch of questions. Okay, why don't you do that one?
Oh, she wrote several.
Yes.
All right.
Go ahead and stand
Choose
up.
one, nice and loud.
So when did you start and how long have you been doing your job?
Wow, a while. I started 20 years ago. I started in a small radio station in West Palm Beach, and they needed a morning show girl, the female voice, to do the weather, something simple. And I said, I got it. Right after school, it was supposed to be an internship. An internship is that you go and you just help out and you learn at the same time. You are where you want to be, learning. But it became a job. And I was like so excited just to do the weather and then from there, I did traffic. And then from there, I was the morning person. And then from there, I stayed with the show. It was crazy how it happened. Like I was the person, the morning show person. Usually, it's 2 people, 3 people. And there was a time that it was only me doing the show. And my managers were so proud of me, and I stayed there for a while. And from there, that was 20 years ago. That was radio. And in that radio station, somebody called for a casting for TV. If I was interested in doing TV. And I said, yes. And have you done TV? And I said, yes. I
Sure.
know. I know. So it was my first job in TV. They called me for a casting. A casting is that they bring people to see how they look in camera. They say something in the camera. They say their name, etc. And I went and I got the job right away. It was a weekly show. That was also 20 years ago. And from there, I started working in different radio stations, and then I find out about voiceovers to do commercials. So it was like a process of many years, but very grateful to stay in the field and keep on learning. So the production part came when there was an opportunity to make more money. They said, do you want to learn about production? Do you want to learn about broadcasting from different places in the county? And I said, how do you do it? Oh, you press this button, ta 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 ta. And I said, oh, now I'm a producer too. So I'm a radio
Add it to the
personality.
resume.
Exactly. So I just kept, every time that there was something new to learn. And one time, one person told me, oh, Daisy, you don't have to learn all the stuff. Just stay with your air personality. And I looked at him and I was like, oh, okay. But in my mind, I said, no, I want to keep on learning because you never know if there's an opportunity to just be there and they see me as more valuable when you learn all the stuff. So thank you for that question.
So always say yes to learning opportunities. And what I heard is always do your best. No matter what position you have, no matter what job you have, because you never know what might come next.
Exactly.
Yes. I think we have time for 1 or 2 more questions.
What do you plan in the future?
Oh,
Yes.
What a great question.
Yeah, that's a wonderful question. I wanted to keep on growing when it comes to speaking engagements. I love anything related to communication. So I'm doing speaking engagements on the weekends whenever I can or evenings. That means that you go to location, I don't know, the Chamber of Commerce or a business that they want people who can train their team or talk about customer service in a multicultural environment. I'm the girl because I'm come from a multicultural environment and I am bilingual, so I can do it in both languages. So I got an opportunity to do it for a couple corporations. I liked it, so I want to keep doing communications to the corporate world and also training and speaking engagement and inspiring people. I had the opportunity to do, I don't know if you know about the Latino Studies Summer Institute that we do in the school district. It's in summer. And it's for the teachers. And I had the opportunity to be there just to talk about my own journey as a bilingual professional. I felt like, wow, this is fantastic. So I like to do that too. Keep doing broadcasting and all that stuff, but to be in an audience, with an audience and on stage, back and forth in English and Spanish, I think they need to see more of us, that we are able to navigate between different languages and embracing. We're gonna make mistakes, we're gonna mess up, and we're going to keep on learning, but showing up all the time. Just show up. Just be the best version of yourself, and I want to keep doing that.
Excellent. And look at all of the people that you're impacting. You're teaching them to continue to learn and grow as well. All right, 1 more question. Miss Ashley?
Why did you choose this job?
Why did I choose this job? I think this job chose me. I think it was a calling. It was like something that connected with me. Have you ever been in a place or doing something that you know, hours pass by and you don't think is boring? Anybody, raise your hand if you have done something that you feel like, oh, it's been 3 hours? That's how I feel when I'm, you know, doing editing, producing.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yes. Sometimes they tell me, are you still there producing? Get out of here. They said, go to lunch. Go to lunch. And I'm like, no, I'm finishing this. And sometimes I have to be careful with that because I'm thinking about the video I haven't finished at home. And I'm thinking about this new idea that I can put together and how I'm going to end that video. And I have to say, no, today I'm not going to do any work. I need to just go. But to me, it's a game. So I think I just connected with just being very creative. And if you find that in any job, that's a magic, and also it's a gift to be able to enjoy it so much that time flies when you're doing it.
Excellent. I think that's a great place to end right there. So we started off, I was telling you, find out what you're good at, find out what you love doing, and proceed forward. And that's the message that we heard today. Keep learning and growing. So thank you so much for coming out. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. And I see a lot of who wants to be in broadcasting or journalism here. We have one over there, radio, TV. Okay, we have 2 over here. It's a beautiful career. You just have to have a lot of passion for it and always try to be impactful.